Episode 26. Afrasiab felt sad and angry for his daughter's marriage to an Iranian man. One day he asked his courtmen to gather in the palace. Afrasiab told them that he wants to attack Iran for another time and get back the glory of Turan again. He prepared 3 armies. One army was for his son, Shida, one was for his brother, Garsivaz, and one belonged to his wise minister, Piran. King Khosrow also heard about this and he too prepared his own army for a new war. Khosrow sent Gudars to fight with Piran army and he sent Rostam to fight with Indian's army who were Turan's ally. King Khosrow told his commanders, "If you see Turanians want to make peace, accept it. We do not want to spill blood." Gudars and Give entrenched their army in the mountains to be ready for battle with Piran and his army. Give told Piran, "We are not here for war. If you want to make peace, we agree." Piran, who was against war too, sent a message to Afrasiab to change his mind. But Afrasiab did not agree. 2 armies were ready, but no one wanted to start the war first. Piran knew that Iranians had a better position and fight in the mountain was very difficult for Turan soldiers. Gudars knew that if they go forward and leave the mountain, they would be surrounded by Turan army, and this was not good for them. 3 days passed and war had not started yet. Bijan told his father, "Give, why don't we start the war first?" Give said, "Gudars must send the command for war." Bijan, who was impatient, said, "But father, Gudars is an old man. He cannot manage the troops right. It seems he is afraid to fight." Give answered, "My son, you are still young to understand about all war tactics. Gudars is a wise man. Let's trust him." On the other side, Human told his brother, Piran, "Why don't we start the war?" Piran said, "Do not be hasty. I want Iranians start the war first. It is better for us." In Iran's side, Bijan told his father, "I want to have a 1-to-1 battle with Human. Please let me go." Give and Gudars could not stop Bijan. He was so impatient. So, they accepted. Bijan and Human decided to have a 1-to-1 battle and start the war. Before the battle starts, they made a deal that no one interferes on their fight. The battle started. It was a tough battle between the two. They were both mighty warriors. Finally, Bijan defeated Human and killed him by his sword. When Piran heard of his brother's death, he was full of grief. Piran asked his other brother, Nastihan, to raid Iranians at night. But this raid was not successful and Nastihan was killed by Bijan and his men. Turan army decided to retreat. But Gudars was a bit worried. He knew that sooner or later, Afrasiab would send auxiliary force for Piran. Gudars sent a letter to King Khosrow and told him all that happened. King read the letter and answered back. He wrote, "Do not worry. Rostam has won the war with Indians. He is coming to join you and we also have Turkish army who come to help us. I will soon join you too." Gudars felt a bit relaxed by the news. Piran knew that this war would not end well for them. So, he sent a letter to Gudars and told him that he is ready for peace. But other commanders told him not to trust Piran. Piran, who was disappointed of peace, sent a letter to Afrasiab and asked for help. Afrasiab told Piran not to worry and he would join Turan army soon. The next day, 2 armies started a battle. The battle lasted till night. The 2 armies went back to their camps to rest. The commanders of 2 sides made a deal. They decided that the next day, only commanders fight together. And the winner raises a flag. This way less blood would spill on the ground. The name of officers who had to face each other was announced. There were 11 warriors from each side facing with their rivals. Fariborz from Iran and Kalbad from Turan. Give from Iran and Garvi Zira from Turan. Gareza from Iran and Siamak from Turan. Forul from Iran and Zanjala from Turan. Roam from Iran and Berman from Turan. Bijan from Iran and Royan from Turan. Hojier from Iran and Saper from Turan. Gorjan from Iran and Andariman from Turan. Barteh from Iran and Karam from Turan. Zanga Shavaran from Iran and Akvaz from Turan. Gudars from Iran and Piran from Turan. The time came. Piran was worried because he knew that Iranians were mightier in one-to-one battles. The battle started and the result was what Piran expected. Iranians won. In the battle between Gudars and Piran, Piran was weaker. He failed. Gudars asked him to surrender but Piran did not accept. And at last, he was killed by Gudars. Gudars was not happy of this. But there was no other choice for him too. If he did not kill Piran, he would be killed. Gudars told his soldiers to take Piran's body to Iran camp and hold a respectful funeral for him. Piran was buried like a royal man in Iran. King Khosrow arrived at the war zone too. While Afrasiab was waiting for his auxiliary forces, he heard about Piran's death. When the helping forces arrived, Afrasiab joined the war too. Shida, Afrasiab's son, decided to have one-to-one battle with Khosrow. Before the battle between the two, Afrasiab sent a message to Khosrow and told him, "You are my grandson. If you make peace with us and come back to Turan, I will forgive you." Khosrow did not accept. So Shida and Khosrow started the battle. It was a tough battle. At the end, Khosrow could kill Shida. Khosrow told his soldiers, "This man was my uncle. My mother's brother. Bury him with respect." The news of Shida's death reached to Afrasiab. He was furious. Garsivaz told Afrasiab, "We are in a weaker position. We would lose the war. It is better to stop the war." First Afrasiab did not agree but then he changed his mind and ordered his soldiers to retreat. The next morning, Khosrow and his army found that Turanians had retreated. But Khosrow had made his decision. He wanted to kill Afrasiab and then end the war. End of episode 26. Thank you for watching.